everybody, welcome back to Linda's Closet on the YouTube, where we are trying to get healthy here. Really, I'm totally in it for the vanity. I just want to look good in my 60s. So I do think this is the answer, right? I exercise, I don't drink, I try not to even take Tylenol, but my food is the last frontier to conquer. And so this is my journey. And okay, so welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna do our first recipe. Turmeric is known to be anti-inflammatory and people swear by it. And I will say this, I did also order the turmeric anti-inflammatory vitamins. I'm not a vitamin person, but my doctor told me I have to take D. I'm taking calcium because I have osteoporosis. We're gonna see how that goes in a year. And I'm adding the turmeric, okay? Because I'm about feeling good and looking good. Okay, so this is my first recipe. It's super easy. It's a turmeric tea. I'm setting off my pilot. It's a turmeric tea. It's actually quite delicious. You can make enough for two. I doubled this recipe, and we make enough for a couple of days. Okay, so here we go. All right, ingredients are easy. Okay, we've got turmeric, black powder, lemon juice, water, and honey. And I also will add a little liquid stevia because I have such a sweet tooth. Okay, need to get my measuring spoons out. I got these ones with the magnets. I don't know if they're good or not, but here we go. Okay, so it calls for 2 cups of water. So I'm gonna do 4 cups. And that way I will have double, because if you're like me, I'm in a rush in the morning. I don't have time to make this. So I will make ahead of time at night, because that's when I'm hanging out and I need something to do. Okay, we're gonna turn this on high. We're gonna get this going. We also need a whisker. Okay, so now so that was 2 cups of water. We did 4, we're gonna double it. So it's a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. So we're gonna do a full teaspoon, and I'm gonna use my half because it's easier. I can just stick it down in here and you just eyeball it. It's fine, right? A 1/2 and a 1/2 because we're doubling. Okay. If you're like me, if 1 teaspoon's good, 3's better. Okay. Now we're gonna do some pepper, and it's my understanding that the pepper is what breaks open the turmeric and releases the vitamins. I think I'm probably telling you tales, as my mother would say. I'm spreading tales, but that's okay. You know what I mean. Okay, now I got these lemons at Whole Foods. They're called McLennan lemons or something. I don't know, but they're already soft. They're beautiful, right? Okay, invest in a good knife. I honestly have all these knives. I only really use, a couple of them. I don't really measure out my lemon juice. I just kind of spray it in there. Spray it, squeeze it in there. Okay. All right, we're gonna whisk it up. Oh, and I like mint. If you're like me, I love mint. So we're gonna whisk this. We're going to let it come to a boil. And then we're gonna lower it and simmer it for 10 minutes. And then we'll see what happens, okay? Okay, one thing that I have to warn you. The turmeric is highly stainable. It will stain everything. I think I have some stains on my marble. So you have to wipe it up right away. Be really careful when you pour it. I pour it in the sink, right? We'll sift it later. I do it in the sink. If it's metal or glass, it'll come right off, but anything porous, forget it. Your clothes, whatever. Notice I'm not wearing an apron, but anyway. Yeah, so just a little hint about the turmeric. Okay, so it's boiling now, so we're gonna turn it down. We're gonna turn it down to a simmer, and I have to tell you, I have these Wolf stoves, this KitchenAid Fortune nonsense. I hate the timer on that thing. I hate the timer. For $6, I got 2 of these. Look at this. Like they do in the nail salon. I love this thing. It's loud, it beeps, I can hear it. It is so fantastic. Okay, so our timer's going off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this off. So we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna let it cool. We can add, I'm gonna eyeball it because honey makes a mess of your utensils. So we're gonna do like a tablespoon of honey. Then when it cools, we're gonna do this, and I also have some mint that we'll put in at the end. Okay, so we're gonna let that cool, and then I'll show you how to strain it and where to put it. Okay, so now our turmeric tea has cooled down, and we're going to strain it into our cup. Now you're going to need a very fine mesh strainer. The good news is all you have to do is invest in most of these things at one time, and then you never have to do it again. So we have a very fine strainer. We've got our measuring cup. I'm just going to do it right back in here. This will fit beautifully. Remember, turmeric stains everything, so I'm going to be really careful. Keep it in my sink. Okay, so I'm just going to sift it through. There's going to be a lot of turmeric and a lot of pepper left behind, and you can do this several times to really clear out a lot of the gunk. Yeah, because it gets really, see what's left? Yeah, and see, then stuff gets really left in the sifters. It's quite gross. Okay, and then we pour it into our containers. Pardon me, I saved my Starbucks containers. When it's cooled off, I'm gonna add a little bit of mint. I love mint. We're gonna add some liquid stevia. Okay, a little bit, you don't need to go completely without any sugar or taste, no calories. And that's it. That is my healthy turmeric drink. I love it. Grab it in the morning, go. It's good for you. Cheers.